Okay, I am going to do a tube rivet here, just a regular tube rivet, and I've already got my holes drilled, and it should fit my tubing. Okay, it should fit my tubing through. If you have any burrs on the inside from drilling, take a larger drill bit and do that hand spinning trick to cut off the burr. And okay, and so I've done that, no burr there. Okay, so the formula for making a tube rivet is your material of that you're riveting, and then half of the diameter of the tubing. Let's see if half of your diameter on either side. Okay, so if I were to do half on either side, that would be one hole, okay, plus the material that you're riveting. Now I am going to use this tool right here to, it's a digital gauge to do my measurement, okay? So what that says here, that says I have, I'm zeroing it out. Okay, wait, zeroing it out. And I've got 1.39, okay? 1.39 plus 3.98, or 4. 1.39 plus 4 is 4.39. Okay, so I'm going to do that 4.39 and 4.39. 4.39. Let's see. And 4.4 is enough. I'm going to use the edge of this to kind of make a mark. Okay, and I've got a very light marking right there that I'm going to follow just for yucks. I'm going to make it a little so I can see it a little better. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I'm going to have to cut my tubing so that it's, you know, even and flat all the way across, okay? And so what I do not want to see, and I see this around the shop, and it's just wasting metal, are people that are cutting the tubing. That is wrong. If I see it, I'm gonna, you know, you're gonna tell you that you're wrong. And so what you want to do is use this tool right here, and that's a tubing cutter. Okay, and so tubing cutter is a great tool in that it holds everything down. And so you just put your tubing into the vise, and then you line your markup through with this slot that's right here. Okay, so I've got that lined up. And okay, so now it's important to kind of brace it on the bottom onto the table so that you're not moving around, because you'll break saw blades. Okay, so I'm doing that. And I'm starting to saw here. And when I'm sawing, when I start to go from one, you know, I start from passing from one part surface into two surfaces there, it's going to want to jag on you. And for whatever, I just find it easier to cut on the upstroke. So I'm cutting on the upstroke right now. And then after a while, you'll be able to cut on the downstroke again. All right, so there I go, cutting almost through. Going lightly so that I don't lose my rivet. There I go, and there it goes. Okay, so let me grab that. Okay, so now hopefully your cutting is nice. You have a nice perpendicular cut. Okay, and I'm gonna put it through here. And at this point, I mean, you can start to flare it a little bit beforehand. I'm gonna take this here. Let me bring this back. I'm gonna take this here. And I'm using the fattest center punch I have in the house, basically because I like this kind of flared in. Bigger tube rivets, I might use a series of the dapping tools to flare it out, but I find in most cases this tool is ideal. Okay, so I'm starting to flare it out. I'm using a bigger hammer now. And I'm just 1, 2, 3, a couple of taps. All right. There, I've got it started. You can see. I'm going to put it into my material. There we go. Nice. 1. And 2. Okay, and it should be about even if you look at the side profile. Okay, so if you need to even that out, don't flare too much too fast. Okay, so here I go on the second side. A couple of taps. I'm already starting to flatten out. Okay, so once you get it pretty flared, all you got to do is lay that edge softly down to your material. You don't want to hammer it into your material. You're just laying it down to the edge. And so hopefully there's no gaps. For right now, I've returned to my riveting hammer, but it can be a very light, small hammer. And I'm just tapping that edge, that happy little edge, softly down to my material. Tap, tap, tap. Happy little rivets. Okay. So there I go. Okay, so that looks pretty good. If you notice that there's too much of a flared edge happening, you can kind of come to the dapping tool and put it on there. That'll flare things out and probably end up taking this edge down a little more. Or you can carefully hammer that edge down a little bit. But there we go. And you know what? That looks like a perfect machined tube rivet, I will say. So, nice. All right. Thank you.